So now what we're going to do is build our way up again to being able to graph all of the transformations. So A, H, and K. We're going to start with just H and K together, and then we'll add in the A. So the key thing with H and K is that when there's no A value, so when this A is equal to 1, is that you're going to have the same shape. So you're going to go 0, and then you're going to go over 1 and up 1, and then you're going to go over 2 and up 4. This shape is not going to change. So what is going to change is the location of the vertex. So the H is those horizontal shifts. It's going to move it left and right, so that changes the x value of the vertex, which also affects your axis of symmetry. And then the k is that vertical shift. It's moving it up and down, and so that's affecting the y value of the vertex. So if I look at an equation like y, or f of x, is equal to x minus 2 all squared plus 1, first thing I want to do is figure out where my vertex is going to be. So to do that, there's a couple ways of thinking about that. One, you can say, okay, it's x minus h. So in this one, we have an h value of 2. I like to do that by taking this and treating it like a zero factor and solving for x. So x is equal to 2. Or some people just know that when it's minus, it's moving to the right. So this is going to be moving my graph to the right 2 and up 1. That affects the location of the vertex. It's now going to be at 2, 1. My axis of symmetry is going to be x equals 2. And then let's figure out the domain and range after we graph. So we've got our normal parabola. It starts at 0, 0. It's going to move right 2 and up 1. Now from there, I can do my normal parabolic shape. I can go over 1, up 1, over 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. If I could go over 3 and up 9. Oh, it does fit. So I can go over 3 and up 9. So same thing on the other side. I'm just going to mirror image this. So this is my graph, y equals x minus 2 all squared plus 1. If you're unsure if you've done it right, the beautiful thing is you can always check. This point here is 4, 5. Let's make sure it satisfies my equation. So we've got y is equal to x minus 2 all squared plus 1. If I plug in 5 for y and I plug in 4 for x, it should make the equation true. So this is 5. On the right-hand side, I have 4 minus 2 is 2, squared is 4, plus 1 is 5. So we're using these translations. We're moving it right and up, and then knowing that it has this normal parabolic shape to help us graph, but it still works with a table of values. It's just quicker. Now the domain of every single parabola you do is going to be x is an element of the real number system, or negative infinity to infinity, because there's nothing you can't put in for x. X is not in a radical, and x is not in a denominator. So x can be anything, but y can't be anything because you're squaring, which is going to make most things positive, and you're moving it up. So those things are going to affect what y can be. Now, the only thing that's going to affect your range is this, for now, this k value. It's starting at 2, 1. So my range is going to start at 1, and y can be anything greater than or equal to 1, or square bracket 1 to infinity. So this is just graphing that HK transformation, which is moving the vertex left and right and moving the vertex up and down. If I give you an equation like this one, y is equal to x plus 4 all squared minus 5, can you figure out where the vertex is going to be? From there, can you figure out the axis of symmetry, the domain, the range, and can you graph? So hopefully you've kind of given this a thought, whether the graph's going to move left or right. So if you look at this one, right, this is affecting x. This is your horizontal shift. Everybody hopefully is thinking it's going left 4. X equals negative 4. So the x value of my vertex is negative 4. That is also my axis of symmetry. The y value of the vertex, because this is negative 5, this is going to go down 5. So it's moving my vertex down to negative 5. So my domain is always xer, or negative infinity to infinity. And now your range is going to start at that y value of the vertex. And because this parabola is opening up, you can say y is greater than or equal to negative 5. I can actually answer all these questions without my sketch because I know the properties or the features of a parabola. And so I know where it'll fit in the context. So I'm going to start by graphing my point at -4 and -5. That's going to be my vertex. And again, check it. Plug in an x value of -4. Make sure then you're going to get a y value of -5. So if I put in -4, -4 plus 4 is 0, 0 squared is 0, minus 5 is -5. Perfect. Now from here, because I know the regular shape of a parabola, I'm going to go over 1, up 1. I'm going to go over 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to go over 3 and up 9. And then could I go over 4 and up 16? No, it doesn't quite fit. Okay, so these are all the points that I can fit on my grid. So this is my basic shape of a parabola being moved left and down. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put in an a value in the next video.